One fine summer day before my freshman year of high school, I decided to take viola lessons, reason being my fascination with its sound, its sophistication, and its versatility. Just 3 lessons later, I decided I wanted to join the school orchestra in high school. My private lesson teacher was shocked. Though it was difficult, I auditioned and they let me join. I was placed last chair in the lowest orchestra, yet I was ecstatic. As the weeks passed by, I began to feel overwhelmed by the number of things I had to learn. Playing each note worse than everyone else was embarrassing. However, this discomfort is also what pushed me to try even harder and spend time outside of school developing my skills. Just 2 years in, I'm going to be in the second highest orchestra at school. Though extremely uncomfortable, joining the school orchestra has been one of the best decisions I've made my entire high school career. So today, let's all pick up a musical instrument, read some music, and start to play a tune about taking risks and expanding our comfort zone. What is a risk? A simple Google search yields the following definition: a situation involving exposure to danger. Another definition says it is a measure of the probability and severity of adverse effects. In other words, risk is just a calculation of how likely an incident is to occur and how dire the consequences would be if the incident occurred. Risk assessment is dependent upon an individual's risk tolerance and risk perception, which means it's just as subjective as someone's taste in music. Our brains unconsciously link the uncertainty that comes with taking a risk to a threat. Now, while this skill may have been useful as cavemen, we need to realize that in today's society, the uncertainty that comes with taking a risk does not necessarily mean a threat. Because we associate the word risk with the words danger, harm, and loss, we have stopped viewing them as opportunities to grow and learn. Everything on some level requires risk, but there's different amounts of uncertainty and discomfort involved. Imagine when you were a young child. Skills such as brushing your teeth and tying your shoes didn't just come naturally. At first, they were out of our comfort zone, but gradually, we got used to them. The same goes for new skills. As we keep doing them, we start to feel more and more comfortable. But that doesn't just mean that you should stop there. Say that you should not stop there, because imagine playing a tune and perfecting it for the rest of your life. If that sounds uninteresting, wouldn't the same apply for not expanding our comfort zone as well? There's a beautiful story that comes to mind about 2 seeds. One wants to grow and explore the world. It wants to grow. The other prefers to be as is, scared about the pain, danger, or failure it may experience if it tried to grow. The first grows and experiences the warm sun and dew. The second lies dormant, just waiting for the perfect timing to grow. A hen comes and eats it. This is a classic example of loss aversion, because the second seed was too afraid of the losses that it would experience. It never grew. Let's learn from this. Let's step out of our comfort zone and be open to taking risks. But how exactly do we avoid taking risks? Professor and award-winning author Andy Molinsky writes about our various avoidance techniques in his book titled Reach. The first is full-on avoidance. It's like how I don't go to the gym as I feel people will realize I don't know how to operate the machines. they'll start to judge me, and I won't feel comfortable. The second tactic is partial completion. This is when you do something outside of your comfort zone, not performing to the best of your ability. I sometimes try to play pieces my brother has played on the viola, but don't end up putting in 100% of my effort, as I think I'll not be good enough even when I try. The third tactic is procrastination, putting off activities which make us uncomfortable until the very last minute. I started my computer programming course in July when I was supposed to start in June because I was overwhelmed. The fourth and final tactic is to have someone else perform the task. With knowledge of our risk avoidance techniques and the story of the seeds in mind, it's now time to plant some implementable solutions we can use on a daily basis to fine-tune our risk-taking abilities. This simple acronym, RISK, risk, will help us determine whether the timing is right or not. The R stands for realistic. Be real about the situation. How likely is it to occur, and what exactly is there to lose and to gain? I, interest. Is taking this risk in your best interests? Does it fuel your curiosity? Does it help you in any way? S stands for single. The single most important person in any situation is you. Are you able to deal with the discomfort of taking this risk? Because if the stakes are too high, then don't take the risk. And finally, K. K stands for klutz, because no one's perfect. It's perfectly all right to make mistakes. Calvin Coolidge once said, "All growth depends upon activity." Basically, as long as you're making genuine attempts at something, you are going to grow and improve. With each passing day, we come closer and closer to 2019. We'll celebrate New Year's Eve and write down our resolutions and goals for the next year. Now, don't get me wrong. I think resolutions are a great idea. However, many of us fail to keep up with our resolutions because we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves without taking into account our schedules and the resources necessary to achieve them. Which is why psychotherapist and Psychology Today writer Amy Morin suggests setting measurable goals every month, rather than once every year. This way, you're able to check in and make small changes throughout the year as necessary. Today is August 1st, 2018. It's a new month and the day when you can start setting your monthly goal for August. Today, I challenge each and every one of you to set that goal. Do that thing you've always wanted to do or think you may like but aren't so sure. Start learning a new language, meeting new people, dancing at parties. Just do it. But when you do, you have to be ready to accept that you're not going to be the very best anymore. And that's fine. It was years before Jackie Chan became a famous martial artist, before Vera Wang became a renowned designer, and before Abraham Lincoln became a world-class orator. Mark Zuckerberg himself once said, "The biggest risk is not taking any risk." In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. The 21st century is rapidly advancing. With changes in technology, diversity, and society, companies need individuals who are ready to deal with the discomfort that comes with taking a risk. These individuals need to be ready to take risks and adapt quickly to different situations. Risk-taking makes us grow, increases our adaptability, makes us wiser, helps us live better lives. It even helps our society prosper. As every item that we use today, like computers, cell phones, and toasters, were made with risk. An article by a spiritual leader resonated with me and is something I'd like to share with you all today. He said, "Life is like a musical instrument. Play it and enjoy it." If everyone played the same tune, we wouldn't have such a large variety of music like we do today. In fact, not a single musician we know and love became famous for playing someone else's tune. We need to make our own music and start taking risks to live our own lives. So take risks, because without a little risk or uncertainty, little technical difficulty. Life without risks or uncertainty would be flat. Thank you.